I keep hearing this argument from MAGA and right-wing people that the recent SCOTUS ruling will have no effect on black votes, that everybody pretty much has a one person, one vote type thing in America. And that just goes to show that they actually don't understand how our country votes, because it's not really a one person, one vote type thing. It's a representative democratic institution. Let's just say that there is a state that is 25% Mexican, 25% black, 25% Asian, and 25% white. And let's just say that the vast majority of minorities of color are going to form some sort of political coalition. We'll just call them the blue team. Now, they generally form a coalition with each other because for the history of the country that they live in, white people have dominated politics and found ways to keep them out of politics and government across the board. They weren't considered people, and then they were given personhood, but then they had to take tests in order and blah, blah, blah. But let's just say there are some minorities that sympathize with the white people and they want to gain favor with them because they've been in power so long and they want to just stop hurting at the expense of white power. So they go and vote with them. So technically, if you look at the state, it's maybe like a 60-40 state where 60% are going to end up voting blue and 40% are going to end up voting for the red team. Now, during Senate elections where it's statewide voting, it doesn't matter. You actually have one person, one vote. But unfortunately, when it comes to congressional districts for the House, it's not a statewide election. And what ends up happening is that the people in power end up drawing lines, congressional districts, to benefit them at the disadvantage of the other people. So let's just say the 60% people came through and took power. And what they're going to do is they're going to gerrymander the districts so that white people are evenly spread out throughout the entire state. And it basically dilutes their voice. They no longer have any real voice. Don't you think the white people would be really upset? I mean, they already are, because MAGA is about white supremacy. But imagine if the whole country just did that. That is wrong, period. In that instance, what the Voting Rights Act did was try to make sure that the white person's power wasn't diluted. That they would have some type of representation in which there would be equal voices in these congressional districts. And SCOTUS just did away with that. So there would be no reason why anybody would ever want to make sure that somebody's race, which does have some type of cultural aspect to it,